on behalf of the Atlantic League, which is celebrating its silver anniversary season this year, from all the way back in 1998 till now. The league voted on an all-time silver anniversary team, 25 most important best players in Atlantic League history, and congratulations on being named one of them.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you guys. And all three of you guys were there and shared some really good memories that I was able to accomplish in the league. And I appreciate the honor.
You know, six different teams along the way, but you know, you spent multiple seasons with each one of our three clubs and had maybe your most productive overall season offensively in Lancaster, but you won rings with Long Island and York. So you have to have great memories from all three places.
Oh yeah, I do. And each season and each team is different. Each organization is different. As I've talked to you guys about my experience in each place. I think the Long Island experience, it was more of a learning experience for me. I really one of the highlights was being in Forbes magazine with Frank. That's like something crazy. I never thought I'd be in Forbes, but I was in the Forbes magazine with Frank. That's awesome.
Big
I
time.
got to play. I'm sorry.
You were big time.
Hey, me and Ray, man, that was our guy, man. I love that guy. But yeah, and then in Lancaster, man, I got to play for Tommy Hurt, which was one of my favorite players growing up. Learned a lot from Tommy, man. That was like, he believed in me. He let me play shortstop. He told me everything, you know, that I needed to hear as a player at that time in my career. And he really helped me out a lot. And then in the York experience, man, it was just one of those situations where I came back from Italy, and it was I don't know, it was a rule or whatever, but that was the team I wanted to play for, and it just felt right. And we went all the way to the championship. And then the second time I went there, we had a chance to go there as well. And all three of those places just felt like home to me. The fans are always great. Three of the best fan bases in the league, the most successful ones as well. So yeah, those places I would always enjoy going back. I'm starting my coaching career this year in the MLB Draft League. So that experience along the way, maybe you guys will see me back in the league one day.
And I know you told me before, which team will you be with?
Mahoning Valley Scrappers.
Yes.
Dimitri, the manager.
Niles, Ohio.
Yes, Niles, Ohio.
Niles, Ohio.
There you go.
Tell us about the memory. You know, you're one of at that time 3 players. You became the third, and now 4 with Lou Ford jumping in to get 1,000 hits in the Atlantic League. And that's, I mean, I don't think anybody comes to the Atlantic League with the thought of achieving that milestone, but once you get that, it's pretty cool.
When you think of the 3 guys, we were probably all 3 really different aspects, like 3 totally different players in our careers, and our paths were totally different. Ray, when I look at him, he was one of the underdog type players that no one really, you know, thought, oh, he has ability, but he was a gamer, and he played and he worked his butt off, and he had a game plan. So he made himself a player, and he was comfortable playing in the league, and he made a great name for himself, and he helped build his brand. And I'm really proud of him, and I watched him do that. And Nettles, he was, you know, having a father that played in the big leagues. There's all kind of expectations, and he could have given up and just said forget it. But he proved how really good he was, and you know, it doesn't take the major leagues to, and that's what a league like the Atlantic League does. It doesn't take the major leagues for you to show how good you are as a player, and how valuable you are to an organization. And as for myself, I was just a gamer, and I just wanted to play baseball. I love baseball. And if I was going to play independently, I want to play at the highest level, and give back to the players and the fans what they deserve. So they gave me a lot, and it was a way for me to express things that was going on in my life through baseball. So I really appreciate all you guys. And, you know, some of the things I did were crazy. You know, even I had to be cut out of one of our photos because I was messing with Pollock one time. So in championship photos, and I had to apologize for that. But just things like that, man, that you go through as a person and a player, that no one really knows what's going on in your life. but baseball just brought you that happiness and kept you sane at the time.
Yeah, and you're working with another generation now, not just at Mahoning Valley, but your son Prince, who he played a role in that 1,000th pick.
Oh man, that was that along with one of the other organizations that I played for, the Blue Crabs was also a great organization. Well, the great fan base for the team, man, and what Jeremy and Courtney did for me over there. They put together a video. Prince wasn't able to make it, and that was probably the only time I've ever cried on a baseball field. Like I know that's the only time I've ever cried on a baseball field, and they were definitely tears of joy. After I received that hit, they had a video of him on the screen, and I still have that to this day as one of my favorite moments of all time.
Nice.
Yes.
Brian, you were part of those 3 straight championship teams, 2011 with York, and then the following 2 years with Long Island. What was so special about each of those teams? What kind of separated them from the other teams you played on that enabled them to go all the way those years and be a special cohesive unit?
The first year with the York team, they were I think they were the first team to go back to back. And I was just a part of that, and just for them to embrace me, I was coming back from Italy and to just help them win that. I know it's painful. I'm sorry about that day, but that was also against Lancaster. We went through Lancaster to beat those guys, and it was one of those things. And we get to Long Island, and I'm playing against the team that I like, and I've grown up playing against and playing with. But it was all business, and we came through with the victory. And then the next year, to be honest, I just felt like I needed to be in Long Island, and I was the missing piece for them to win it the year before. And for me, it was all about winning. And if I hadn't played a full season in the league in a while, because I go to Mexico, come back, go to Italy, and all these places. But when I started a full season there, 2010 was one of my first full seasons there. And then that season was like, you know what? I'm going to play in Long Island. And we were one of the really good teams in the first half. A lot of our players were taken. And then I think record-wise, we were probably the worst championship team ever. Like, so bad. I really, it was miserable. And we came together and we just came out with our own little routines and focused at the end. John Brownell, all our pitchers, and we just came together. It was insane. And in 2013, man, I personally, I'm winning 3. I'm winning 3. I wanted to win so bad. And we put a great team together of a star-studded cast. If you ask me, one of the better teams I've played on in the Atlantic League, as far as chemistry-wise and talent-wise, and people bought into winning. And it was one of those moments where it was a capper with Ray getting that home run. He was hurt most of the season. It was his last year on a tour, and he came up with one of the biggest hits of the whole season in the playoffs to help us win that. And we went on to win, and that was my 3rd one in a row. And I couldn't imagine that after that. So yeah, those 3, man, that's real big in my career and things I'll never forget for sure.
And Nelly, that first one in York, one of the unique things about the 2011 Revs was certainly the late great Andy Etchebarren. Do you have any stories that come to mind about the old man? Maybe they can't be shared on this program. I don't know.
I was gonna say I do, but not without any 4-letter expletives, so I can't really. But what I will say about him is he was one of the most honest and upfront managers I've ever played for. Like he literally will tell you, "Hey man, right now you suck on defense and you're gonna just hit." Right? Like I don't know if you're jet lag or whatever, but your defense is terrible, and I've seen you play, so I'm gonna let you get your legs under you. This was when I was first coming back. All right, I've tried you in left field, I tried you in right field, and I was just horrible. I don't know what was going on, and then finally he just said, you're gonna play second base. He said, you're gonna play second base, and we're gonna win the championship. And I played second base. DH played some third base because we had a really good team, and Travis was there. And I didn't want to step, that was a conflict because he was a really big player on the team. So it was weird, man. So I really enjoyed that time. Etch was insane, for sure. But with that team, with the, we had our thing, the HMD, you know how that goes. So and when we beat Lancaster, I really realized how good Harrison was. Harrison was so good, like, and he was so underrated. It was amazing. So thank you guys. I those things run together so much, bro. Like, you guys have to understand how much this runs together. Like, it seems like all 1 year to me at sometimes. And you guys were all a part of it, and I appreciate all you guys because you guys were all good to me. I don't think I really had a problem with any of the announcers or any of the guys. Just me complaining about hits to one of the guys, but I really didn't have a problem with you guys at all, man. And even the umpires, I've gotten kicked out of one game in my entire life, and I really have video for that. It was in Long Island, 2016. I'm with the Maryland, and I get kicked out of the game. I couldn't believe that was the only time I ever get kicked out of a game. I think it should be rescinded. That should be the one thing I want back. I need that taken off my record.
You had to have one in your career, just one.
Yes, I need that taken off.
Ross Peoples has been thrown out of a game, Nelly. I think you can be allowed. I mean, if they can throw Ross out, they can get anybody.
Yeah.
He might have had one too many shucks or darns or something in there.
For sure, man. But I appreciate you guys, man. It's really been great talking to you guys, and the memories you guys bring back, really good memories, man. I appreciate it.